Brought to you by Gamezy. Win up to rupees 5 crores every day. Download the app now.
Hello and a warm welcome to Super Saturday in IPL 2022. The first match features, who'd have thought, the bottom rankers Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. The night game features Virat Kohli versus Rohit Sharma. Yes, you guessed it right. It is Mumbai Indians versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. I will be giving you the fantasy tips and how you can pick the players on budget buys, captaincy choices and the overseas option. It is going to be a very intense and very interesting combination as to how you can do it. Before the Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Mumbai Indians game, I will be giving you fantasy tips on Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. So, here are the budget buys for the match between Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. If I have to look at the budget buys in the Chennai Super Kings lineup, they are blessed with plenty of budget buys. The likes of Ambati Raidu, MS Dhoni, even if I have to say Robin Uthappa, Shivam Dube, they are all great budget buys. Imagine MS Dhoni has a budget price, so that will give you plenty of depth. Shivam Dube has been in great form, so you can utilize him as one of your key all-rounders in the side. If I have to look at Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have some good names in Umran Malik and Abdul Samad. Of course, Umran Malik has leaked runs, but he's a good budget buy because he can also take wickets. Considering the other options, I would say that this Indian contingent seems far more assured. After the budget buys, I will look at the overseas options for both Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. If I have to look at the overseas options that Chennai Super Kings have, they have a core. Dwayne Pretorius, Dwayne Bravo, Moeen Ali, and if you have to look at it, the likes of Moeen Ali, Dwayne Bravo, Chris Jordan and Dwayne Pretorius. They are all a settled core. I don't think the likes of Devon Conway or anybody will come in. So, in the Chennai Super Kings, the overseas options are pretty similar. They'll go with Bravo, they'll go with Moeen, they will go with Jordan and they'll go with Pretorius. But in the Sunrisers Hyderabad team, there are some options that might be available depending on the availability. You can pick Marco Jansen. Who knows, he may replace Romario Shepherd in the team. Kane Williamson is an assured starter if I have to look at it. Aiden Markram has been in great form. So, even in the Sunrisers Hyderabad team, if they want to remove Romario Shepherd, they might get Marco Jansen, and he's a good pick. Jansen was the star in this recent series against India in the tests. So Jansen might be a good option, but it's a big question mark whether Sunrisers Hyderabad can play. In the Chennai team, if I have to pick someone from the Chennai side, I will go for Shivam Dube or Robin Uthappa. Dube has been in great form with the bat and he will give you great points. But if I have to look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad team, it might be a slightly difficult situation. The only one who looks assured and who can give you good runs is probably Washington Sundar, because Sundar has the capability to strike in the power play and he is also a big hitter. If I have to look at the CSK versus Sunrisers Hyderabad probable 11s, I will pick Robin Uthappa and Rahul Tripathi as my openers. Kane Williamson slots in at number 3 along with Aiden Markram. Then at the very bottom, MS Dhoni and Ravindra Jadeja, followed by Dwayne Bravo, because you need a good lower middle order to fire and Jadeja might just be reaching form. MS Dhoni, well, for his leadership experience. Bravo, a brilliant utility all-rounder. Apart from that, if I have to add more, I'm assuming that Marco Jansen comes back, so I would pick Jansen in that. Washington Sundar will also slot in my 11. Then along the bowlers, I just hope that Sunrisers Hyderabad give Kartik Tyagi a chance, because Umran Malik has been that. I even mentioned that he's a good budget buy. So I will take Kartik Tyagi in, but if I have to bolster the batting, maybe at the top I might add Nicholas Puran. That is about it when we come to the Chennai Super Kings versus Sunrisers Hyderabad side. In the next game, there are going to be plenty of options because Mumbai Indians and Royal Challengers Bangalore have got players that are star-studded and who are exciting for all the fans. I am going to come to the budget buys in the MI versus RCB clash. Looking at the Mumbai Indians, they have some good players in the side. Tilak Varma is your ultimate budget buy. He has been in superb form in the IPL so far. There is also Murugan Ashwin, who is a brilliant budget buy, but he did go for runs. If I have to look at Royal Challengers Bangalore, there might be a slight difficulty in that because most of them are star players. The budget buys that I can think of is technically David Willey. Willey has given you wickets in the power play, so you might want to go with David Willey, or David Willey if I may say, as one of your budget buys. After the budget buys, I come to the overseas options in both the MI and RCB teams. If I have to look at the Mumbai Indians overseas lineup, the likes of Taimal Mills, they are assured. Kieron Pollard is a definite starter. Devald Brevis, he can be a budget buy and he impressed in his debut match. So he could again feature after his exploits against Kolkata Knight Riders. Daniel Sams, who bore the brunt, 35 runs in 1 over, could be out. There is talk that maybe you can pick Fabian Allen as one of your best buys. So Fabian Allen replaces Daniel Sams, and he could be a good utility spinner considering that he can also contribute with the bat to a certain extent. He's a great fielder. So if you want to pick foreigners from the Mumbai Indians team, it will be Taimal Mills, it will be Kieron Pollard, it will be Fabian Allen, and if I have to look at it, Devald Brevis. But in the Royal Challengers Bangalore team, they are all but settled. But there is going to be one major addition. Glenn Maxwell is going to come back. So the batting and the overseas composition in the Royal Challengers Bangalore team takes a different dimension altogether. You already have Willey, you have Faf du Plessis, but Glenn Maxwell's entry changes the entire equation. So if I have to look at it, Wanindu Hasaranga, Glenn Maxwell, Faf du Plessis and David Willey will be your great bets in the overseas slots. Josh Hazelwood, remember, is not there till 12th, April 12th. So that is why these four are your likely overseas picks in the Royal Challengers Bangalore side. After the budget buys and the overseas, I will now go for the captaincy choices. After the overseas options, I now give you the captaincy choices for the Mumbai versus RCB game. If I have to take a risk for the Mumbai Indians captaincy choice, it's a very interesting one. I will say make Tilak Varma your captain. He will give you good runs and he's been consistent as well. Rohit Sharma has not been firing. The same goes true for Virat Kohli. So making them the captain could be risky. But in the Royal Challengers Bangalore lineup, I will say perhaps Faf du Plessis or Wanindu Hasaranga might be a great option to be a captain. Faf has stability at the top. Hasaranga has been consistent with the ball. So if you want good points, get Wanindu Hasaranga as your captain or Faf. But in the Mumbai team, I would suggest take a risk. Make Tilak Varma the captain. Well, here is my probable 11 of what I would make in my fantasy. I would make Rohit Sharma, Faf du Plessis, Surya Kumar Yadav, and then I will get Glenn Maxwell in, get Dinesh Karthik. If I may have to strengthen and bolster my bowling and my lower order, Kieron Pollard is there, so he fits in at 6. At number 7, if I have to look at it, perhaps get Wanindu Hasaranga, David Willey, Harshal Patel, and here I would have Jasprit Bumrah, and if I may have to get my bowling options even better, I'll pick Taimal Mills.